Please tell us your name, how long you've been at CDOT, and tell me a little about your role.
So my name is Brad Meyers. I've been here almost 10 years. I've been here since August of 2014. The Region 4 Maintenance Project Manager. So my role is just kind of essentially at the regional level, I try to help each foreman area kind of keep their maintenance projects in line and make sure that we, hit deadlines, help facilitate equipment needs, and just kind of make sure that everything jives and works together.
What was it like before you had this innovation? What was the environment like?
It was definitely challenging to come up with the answers on the spot. It was more of a generic answer. Now we can give a more data-driven answer, more direct. Some of the constituents groups really ask really pointed questions. Well, what about this section of roadway? Where before we would be generally speaking, and now we've got the tools necessary to just, and at the fingertips, because they can check it from their phone. So as long as they have service, boom, okay, this is what we're looking at on that segment of road. This is what we're tracking as the issues.
And how long did that process take?
It was kind of a weekly thing for us. So myself, there wasn't a lot of data, and it was kind of sporadic because, the field is doing it as they're going out and identifying these issues. So once a week I would just get on and I'd go through and clean up the data, and it would take me 30, 40 minutes to clean up the data, and then I would email the spreadsheet over to Callie and tell her, hey, it's ready for you to re-upload into the layer and update the data.
Please tell us your name, how long you have been at CDOT, and tell me a little about your role.
I'm Paul Eastcheck. I am at Region 4 for CDOT, and I work in the Water Quality Unit in the Environmental Division. And I also do GIS, which is a Geographic Information Systems. My role is basically to go to CDOT construction sites and ensure that they are following water quality regulations. So I travel around our region quite a bit on a weekly basis. And then within the GIS work, I support other units within our region to help them out with possibly using spatial data or mapping or just anything that can give them a better visual of where their projects are going to be, or CDOT assets that we have that might need to be recorded or repaired.
Hi, I'm Callie Wagren. I'm a hydraulic engineer here at CDOT Region 4. I've been with CDOT since April of 2020, so about 4 years now. As a hydraulic engineer, I support projects in the region, and part of that was using GIS to help with projects, and that's kind of leaked into helping the region with other GIS tools and maps and data.
Please tell us a high-level summary of your innovation.
So our innovation is the GIS Potholes tool. It is a GIS mapping system that allows us to track pothole data in Region 4 in real time. And this data is housed in our Esri online system, so anyone internally has access to it. And it's basically made up of data that is collected in the field from the Field Maps app. So I'll let Paul explain the Field Map apps piece.
Thanks, Callie. So the Field Maps app is basically an app that we download that is created and run by Esri. And on this app, we're able to record these potholes in real time, and even in areas where there is no online capabilities. And with it, we basically can take pictures, record information that we want, and then once we have all the information, we come back to the office and it syncs automatically up to one of our maps that we created.
What inspired your innovation? What was the problem it solved?
So Brad actually received direction from our leadership to find a way to better track pothole data in the region. And originally, Brad created a Google Sheets that tracked pothole information on areas that had already been corrected. And we turned that into a GIS later, but we wanted to take it one step further with real-time data.
And that's where our innovation comes in, where now instead of just current potholes, we're actually recording all existing potholes out in CDOT right-of-ways within the region. And now we're able to prepare for future projects and fixing those potholes because we know they exist there, and hopefully be able to get those all recorded for maintenance to go out and fix as well, and since they're not wasting time just trying to search for these potholes.
So how did you overcome the accessibility issues for the maintenance workers?
Yes, so with our innovation, it leverages several different technology that we have here at CDOT. So the first is the Esri GIS online system that we refer to as GeoHub. And now everyone internally at CDOT has access to this GIS platform, which is fantastic. And then secondly, maintenance now has iPhones that they have in the field, and so they're actually able to download the Field Maps app application and collect data straight from their phone. So it makes data collection very easy. So really, this wouldn't have been possible a couple years ago.
And how long does the process take now?
Now it's done almost instantaneously, as long, provided that they have signal or Wi-Fi capabilities. Instantaneous. As soon as they hit the upload, it's automatically to the layer.
How can others use your innovation?
Well, luckily this innovation is actually already being used on multiple other projects throughout CDOT in different divisions and regions. One division is using it to record guardrails out on CDOT right-of-way to determine if they need to be repaired or not. One other region is recording culverts to determine if they also need to be repaired or be modified or fixed up for future projects. And one other one that's being done within our region is the recording of temporary control measures, which I am doing and preparing for them to be removed out in the field by maintenance.
Can you tell us how your innovation has positively impacted your team?
So I think it's positively impacted my team. It allows our regional management team live data at a moment's notice to be able to answer questions that are asked of constituents when they're out, like, for example, the Eastern TPR meeting and stuff like that.
And do you have any tips for people that want to use this technology?
Yes, I would say the main tip, if you're going to use the Fields Map app, you first need to know if you need to go record anything out in the field. That is the big advantage to this tool, is that it's able to record pictures, information out in the field, and it's able to do it in offline areas. This is Colorado. We have a lot of mountains, so not a lot of great Wi-Fi or cell phone range. So that is the big advantage by using this tool, is its offline capabilities and the recording of pictures out in the field.
And where do you see this innovation going in the future?
I would like to see it go not only spread at the regional level, but potentially at the state level, and maybe even one day get to the point where citizens can plot them on CoTrip or something.